Hello?
Test, test. Well, it doesn't matter. We're going to redo them anyway. So, is it working? There you go. Yeah. All right, let's resume. Um, the add-on resolution tonight. Resolution to accept the resignation of Craig Lacey as chairman of the zoning board since he is moving to Florida. Is there a motion?
Move.
A second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion's carried. Resolution to approve the town clerk's report for May.
So moved.
Second? Okay. Discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Carried. Resolution to approve the town board meeting minutes for May.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion's carried. Resolution to approve the supervisor's report. Is there a motion? I'll make the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Comments?
Yeah, so this packet that we got, is this the supervisor's report? Is that, okay. So I just have, Leonard, do you want to ask questions first? Or you want me to go? So, I don't know if you, I think the line that bothers me here that I'm concerned about is we have an attorney contractual line. We budgeted $80,000, and to date, through June 10th, we've spent $95,229. So this is not really a question for you two, it's more of a question for the board. So we're currently overspent our year-to-date, our budget for the whole year, and we still have 7 months' worth of retainers to pay.
Do you know what that line number is, Linda?
Yep, it's A1, 1420.400. So for the public, the board budgeted $80,000 to spend all year in legal fees in general, not including water. We pay our attorneys $2,000 a month as a retainer to come to the meeting and do general town things for us. They also do other things outside of what would be considered part of that retainer, so we budgeted an additional $56,000 roughly, $57,000 for that. And so far through May, we have already spent the whole year's worth. So if we have another 7 months of that, we've got $14,000 of retainer, plus the $15,000 that were overspent already. I'd like to know before we move forward, where are we going to come up with $30,000 to cover the legal? And that's assuming we don't have any more legal other than the retainer. and Nick, this probably isn't as much that you're going to be able to help with because Kathy kind of sees everything, and I don't know. But one thing I did notice when I went through the bills, and I don't want to jump ahead to the bills, but that's kind of part of it. There's some charges in there for the bills that say water. Those should be charged to water districts, not to the A fund. So that's some of it, and I think there was roughly $4,700 maybe. Yeah, $4,700 bill from legal that got charged to the A fund that's supposed to be in the water districts.
We can correct that.
Do you know what invoice number that was?
I don't off
No,
the
it's
top
in the
of my
back.
head, but
Okay.
it is in the detail in here. I saw it in the general ledger when I looked through
Sure.
here, or the P&L.
Okay. Yep, we'll take a look at that and we
Four-
can make the code
1430.
adjustment.
The other thing that might be more, that Nick, maybe you can help with is, I did see a couple invoices in there this month, and I don't know if that's happened prior to this month, for New Leaf. Did we not get money from New Leaf for them, that they were going to cover some legal fees or the legal fees for us? So if that's the case, would that be charged, Scott, to a different line item rather than this? Where's that money sitting?
Where did we deposit that, Sarah? Do you remember?
Can you refresh my memory? Because
New Leaf sent us,
Is the solar
It's-
company.
yeah.
it's a solar package. They gave us a check for 5,000 that we deposited.
I believe we put that in the escrow account because that was supposed to be specific for legal fees. So we just
Yes.
need to be told which bill it applies to, and we can make the adjustments to adjust. So that would be new. We would consider it new.
Look, there was a bill for $33,000 from our attorneys for this month, 2,000 of which pertained to the retainer. But, so I think as a board, before we can move forward, that's not a line we can let go. So,
There's-
Follow up with Kathy on the water and the new leaf.
okay.
Those are matters I'm involved in.
Yeah, and the other things that were in there, without breaching any confidentiality, were certainly items that we should be charged for, but we didn't budget, and so now we've got to come up with, and that, again, that's with no spending whatsoever outside of the retainer, which we have not done in the year and a half that I've been here, gone a single month where we spent just the retainer.
There's also an auditor contractual, which is over $1,500 over the budget. The budget was 10,000. It's up to 11,500 right now, so that's over also.
When you look at the supervisor's report or the budget to actual report, again, not so much for you ladies, but for the board to worry about, in the A fund, we have 43% left in that fund for the rest of the year, and we're not even through half the year yet.
Did you have no questions on it?
Well, no, but I'm looking for an answer on that before. I mean, that's not
How could we,
a little thing.
how could we pay the claims against the town? In the budgets, we don't have enough money in the budget for the claim, for the attorneys.
Take the rest of the year off, Nick.
All right.
We won't be able to afford your services for